Materials represent lighting and color of object surfaces in video games. Materials can be very simple and also can be very complex. Flax Engine offers material support, but it isn't easy as Unity or Unreal Engine's material editors. But you don't have to be afraid. You guys have been asking me for Flax Engine tutorials a lot, so I decided to get back to Flax for tutorial purpose again. Today in this tutorial, I will show you how to create materials for 3D objects in Flax Game Engine. So here is how materials are used. This is the classic logic here. First of all, the base color. This alone is all. Base color presents the color of surface overall, does not need lighting. Normal can be affected by lighting. It isn't actually color or anything. This blue map mimics the nature of light ray tracing on the object's surface. Then here comes metal. The metal map suggests if a surface is metallic or plastic. This can be affected by lighting, by the way. Roughness defines shininess of objects in different parts, affected by lighting. And lastly, height maps. The height maps will push your surface upwards in different parts of the area. The more wide, the more upward it will go. The more black, it will not go upwards. Isn't affected by lighting. Now that we have defined the theories, how do we apply it in Flax Engine? I assume you know basics of Flax Engine. If you don't, please consider watching this video I created. This will help you to learn Flax Engine basics. First, download a 3D model. That can be anything you of your desire. So I am going to use this model link in description. First download it and extract it out. This is the FBX format. We will have to import the model and the whole folder inside of Flax Engine. If you don't know how to import things in Flax Engine, then there you go. I'll show you right now. First, go to the folder that you have extracted and found from the model and drag and drop that model right inside content folder. And now you will have an importing menu. Inside importing menu, you have the FBX, right? So I have found that this FBX model is pretty small. To make it big, set the scale to from 1 to 10. Now what we can do is just click on import and it will be imported right away. Now that we have imported the 3D model, we hope that it is structured as is. You will see that AKMS file that we have downloaded. This is the model, and if you drag and drop it, you will see that it is coming without any texture. It is pure white. It is because the material it is using is actually white, not colored like these ones, but we will have to make them colored. Now we will have to create 5 materials for 5 different texture types. Let's see. First of all, go to the root of the AKMS and create 5 materials here. The naming is not important, but keeps your project organized. Let's start with corpus. Inside the corpus, you will see a bunch of parameters which may scare any beginner. If you are new to game development, this is actually something scary for you, but it actually is not. This is very simple. First of all, let's go with this thing. First of all, right mouse button to move around and move your mouse. You can see you can move around. Scroll up and down to zoom in and zoom out. And left mouse button to select something. That is actually really easy to navigate around. Now, how do you assign those materials? You will have to figure out which is the best color, which is the metal map, roughness and normal map for our textures that we have got here. Now, how do we get that? Which texture is actually for the corpus thing? First of all, you know, we are naming the corpus. We are making the corpus material, right? The artist has set it up a bunch of things and by names, so we can easily assign them around. Such as you can see, there is something called corpus or corpus on here. This is the corpus that you can see. And from this corpus, this is saying that this is the base color. Afterwards, there is a metallic color. Then you can see a normal color. Afterwards, lastly, you can see a roughness. These all are actually part of corpus. Drag these all corpus textures right into the material. Now, how to connect them to the appropriate material? What you will have to do, you can see this yellow marker, right? This yellow click it, hold it, drag and drop it to the color step. It actually shows this is the color, actually assigns this color on here as color. Now what we will have to do, what is this? This is actually the metallic map. Now where do you connect the metallic map? We have to connect this metallic map by dragging and dropping this metallic map onto this parameter. You can see metalness. Drag and drop the color right on the metalness, and you can see the change is happened on here on this viewport. This is the metal map. Now you will have to drag and drop the normal map. The normal map is part of here. Here you can see there is something called a parameter called normal. Drag the normal maps, takes a vector parameter right into this normal parameter of the material. Afterwards we have the roughness. The roughness is actually pretty red. So what do we connect it? We connect this roughness color into the material property roughness. This is how we will do. But if your model doesn't have any some of these, you don't need them actually. You can only work with the color but without these things. And if you name them correctly, this doesn't matter, naming doesn't matter, but it actually keeps your project organized. Let's do the same for the other materials by dragging and dropping speedily on the video. There you go, we have finished creating all the materials. Now it's only a matter of time to open the model and making the textures right inside of that. What was that? Okay, whatever. Inside the open the model on here. It is now open on here, and drag and drop it on here if you want. If you don't want, you can do it in the floating window. Afterwards that we created the materials and open the model, we will have to assign the materials right on the model. On here you can see it's called saying make material, and this is muzzle, corpus, handle, and lastly cat. So on here we will have to drag and drop only the magazine material. Why not the muzzle material? The magazine material is the thing that we have actually set up to make the magazine color and the other lighting effects. But if we assign the muzzle, it will cause some disturbance. Same for the handle, corpus and cat. You cannot drag and drop them on here, but you can actually only drag and drop the magazine as the name suggests on here. It is currently white because the material wasn't set up correctly, and you will have to drag and drop the magazine thing right on this thing. As the name suggests, you can see it actually just changes the color of the AK7. Sorry, what is this? AKS or whatever. Now after that, here the muzzle material on here. It is white. It is the unassigned material part, which this muzzle name actually reminding us of this thing, isn't it? This, as the name suggests, we have to drag and drop the muzzle material on here. Now you can see the barrel of the material have been changed. You can say barrel or whatever you want. After that we have corpus. Assign corpus material right on corpus element 2. Assign the handle material right on the handle. Lastly, assign the cat material right on here. And you can see this is the color AKMS we have previously inputted. What you will have to do right now is save it, and you will see your model have been colored with materials. Your model is now ready, and enjoy. Please subscribe in return. I am serious. Do you guys actually like uploading tutorials while making the vlogs of my game? Please let me know. I will be delighted on the comment section. I didn't switch my project to Flax Engine again. My game Data Army is being developed in Unreal Engine 5. Please leave some generous comments about my game, and thanks in advance.